So the new update is here. We have a new battle pass, new shop update, and new events. Keep in mind we did not have maintenance, so there was no, say, bug fixes or other game changes. So first of all, let's have a look at the new event, the Omen of Chaos, wherein the check-in event is called Harbinger of Chaos. And this is going to last us 3 weeks leading up to the new 12-man raid. Simple check-in event here is going to give you most of the currency, if not all of the currency you realistically need for the event. So it's super simple. You claim the items there, then we head to an event merchant, and this is where you can spend those traces of chaos. We simply obtained already 50, and you can spend just 2 of those to get 10 accessory growth stones, 10 armor growth stones, and 4 of those to get 10 weapon growth stones, along with being able to get some polished crystals, material chests, magic powder, rune chests, ores, and weapon masteries, along with the unique pose here and martial arts emote. And then the title. However, like me right now, I don't have enough to actually buy everything. I could simply wait a few days and the check-in event would give me more. Day 4, another 50. You can see that ramps up to day 10 giving you 100, day 13 giving you 150, all the way to day 19 also giving that. So you're going to get more than enough to pretty much buy anything you want from this store. But if you want to rush it, you can get a lot extra of these traces of chaos by simply doing activities. You can do your co-op dungeons, you can do your amateur expedition, and you can use your mystic keys. There's a full table here and how much traces of chaos you'll actually get via those activities. Ultimately, you will get more than enough through the check-in event. You just got to be a little bit patient. Just be aware though, try and have it set up so that you can always, every day, buy these growth stones. They have a daily limit, whereas these other items have a weekly limit. And then the Chaos Rune chests having a total limit, which I'm going to buy a bunch here. These are probably the most valuable from this event. And they didn't actually add them for the Korean server or mention them. So this is a delightful surprise. I will buy these 4, and I personally need Chaos Runes for my rings to try and get heavy attack. I already have heavy attack on one of my weapons, but unfortunately these are actually chance chests you don't get to choose. Opening those, you can then check your rune book and you can see which ones you obtained. Silence chance, terrible. Range defense, somewhat useful, but boss heavy attack. This is unfortunately though on a bracelet. On top of the fact this actually has negative magic heavy attack chance, so that's a complete no-no. And then I got amateur healing, so I didn't get very lucky there. Just be aware, you can go to your cooking recipes event section and you can craft this new food, which I recommend saving for the new raid as well, because it is going to be the best food to use with that species damage boost, crit chance, and heavy attack, all for those bosses. You need those traces of chaos and you need those seeds of chaos. Those seeds simply coming through the check-in event. There's no other way to get them. You'll get 5 and then you'll get 10 and then near the end of the event you'll get 15. Keep in mind those potions will expire July the 17th, which is also kind of good because they will be available long enough for the first few weeks farming the new raid. So there's really not a whole lot you need to do with the event. Just get these activities done and you will get the traces of chaos, and simply through the check-in event you'll get more than enough for the most part. Just be aware though, we still have the Fortunes Calling event where you can claim these and you can do your fishing if you really want, getting your fortune stones which you just want to hold on to, and when the event ends you will receive your rewards. Similarly, for every 5 million solent you spend at the end of the event you will obtain 80 of these fortune stones. You can see a breakdown of that here. You need to get to 12,000 of those total fortune stones in order to have a chance at all of the rewards, including the golden archboss weapon selection chest. And again, the main way to get those fortune stones is by spending solent. Just be aware again, you won't get those fortune stones from spending solent until the event ends. You can see here, solent spent will be tallied and then players will receive their fortune stones at the end of the event. So keep track of how much solent you spend, and you need to spend again over 500 million if you do all these activities. Upwards of 600, 700, if not 800 million if you don't really do any of those. It's kind of ridiculous, and I honestly would just strive to get to the 3,000 mark and you will get all of these guaranteed rewards. And you will get the little bonus extra rewards here when other players reach those certain milestones like 5,000, 8,000, 10,000 and 12,000. Again, 1 week left on that. We can also again get the 7 million solent by spending those contract tokens and participating in field bosses to get the artifact selection chest. Now they did say that you would be able to do like dynamic events and dimensional trials to get nebula conquest chests, but it doesn't display. I would have assumed they would have updated the weekly missions to include that. It could be bugged. It's supposed to be week 3, June the 12th to June the 19th, that we have the 7 million solent and 60 artifact chests. It could be bugged and this blog could be just a mess, and what they intend to say is the first 2 weeks gives us the solent and the artifact chests, and the following week will be the nebula chests. But now let's jump to the battle pass. On the premium pass we have this unique kangaroo skin. It is a new dash morph with an entirely new physics. We have not seen one like it before. We have some purple runes and then a new emote. You can sit on the actual throne. I believe this is the one that's exactly in Stoneguard Castle. Some other materials here including runes, ores, and on the free track we have this emote where you can make an oath before the throne. Then back on the premium track we have this little amatoy. Again, do be aware they have increased the amount of effects to now 45, so it will help with that. And finally, if you get to rank 50 completing the battle pass, you will get this new weapon chest. I assumed we'd get the outfit, but we're not. We're getting just the weapons, and you can buy them here as well in the Royal Star shop. This is how the greatsword looks, the sword, and then also the shield, the daggers, the crossbows, the longbow, the staff, the book and the wand, and the spear. In the star shop here as well, there's all the other regular items. They have no special category this time around, it appears. At least not yet. Maybe they will update that, but that's a bit weird. You can't get like your dungeon currency. You've still got the skill books, the foods, ores, cooking ingredients, weapon mastery, and personally I'm going to prioritize still the skill books. Always have enough abundance fruit and mastery reports for when using your abyss dungeon tokens, and otherwise I guess you get 10 ores. These should honestly be chests of 5, not just 1. And then there's a teeny bit of mastery here. Pretty poor star shop, but I guess there's the weapons to obtain. I believe you are limited to having to have the premium pass though to be able to buy them. And that's it. My favorite thing here is totally this emote. Maybe I'd get it for 500 Lucent. You have a month to contemplate. Well, 4 weeks, as you can see the timer there. The old battle pass, any stars you didn't spend get converted to these recovery crystals, and that's it. We can then check the actual shop. They have the new outfit here, which you can buy for 1,200 Lucent, which we showed the preview scene at the intro of the video, which is kind of cool. You're going to get one for the male character if you have a male character. This comes with that full outfit, along with this amatoy, which is kind of cute, and then some sewing thread and dye. But viewing more, we can see the full setup here on a female character. There is no option to say remove decorations. You can of course change the colors a bit if you want. And then we can view it here on the male character, which honestly it looks pretty good, other than maybe the helmet being a bit over the top with the amount of fashion hair there on the helmet. But you can of course pair the body outfit with a different helmet if you didn't want that, and that would work totally fine. And yeah, I think one of the cooler outfits here for a male character. Other than that, in the shop, they have added back the Stormcaller weapons for 2 weeks and returned a bunch of these morphs and amatoys. And finally, it's a new week. Grab your contract scrolls, daily foods, trait conversion stones, and daily enchanted ink and extract stones from your contract coin merchant. You might also want to still buy 5 mystic keys every day. As with the Fortune's Calling event, we also get these lucky pouches for every single key spent, and that also stacks with the Omen of Chaos event, where we're also getting those traces of chaos from them. Try and get your resistant metals to buy the ores here particularly, and otherwise the crystals and then maybe the materials. And if you get spare time, do Nebula to get your conquest chests and potentially these pouches. So that's it for the video. Hopefully this was somewhat insightful. Thanks all for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye for now. Oh, and PS, Dune Awakening is launching today for early access, June the 5th. I may very well stream that game. I don't know much about it. I haven't played the beta, but I've done a bunch of research figuring out what the objectives are. But the game is very much similar to survival games, like if you've played Valheim, where you need to progress through tiers of gears and equipment and technology, and the ultimate end game promises a whole bunch of PvP on an MMO scale, having big guild and faction battles over like resource nodes. So could be a bunch of fun, and I will check it out and you can join me later. These are the exact release times, so 3 PM for me.